Hello and welcome to a series that I hope is consistent. Obviously I have a lot of these, but our first custom showcase on this channel and the start of the custom showcase series is going to be probably one of my favorites. My custom Transformers Eternal Deadlock. He looks nice. He looks amazing. Oh my lord. Look at the purple. Look at the... Anyways, it is using the Generations Blur mold. And it was a very, very thick and chunky paint. It's not the best. Alright, so for this custom, I used primarily 5 different colors. I used Apple Barrel Black for the base figure. I added on highlights of Apple Barrel Purple. There's a specific color, which is how we got the stripes and stuff. I painted the windshield and headlights in Apple Barrel Candy Red. I also painted the taillights. I painted the tires and grill full art gold. And you can see a little bit of white right here, but it's more predominant in the robot mode, but I used Apple Barrel White for that white. So that's the type of paint I used. And I'm sure for anyone who's familiar with the Generation Drift / Blur mold, I'm sure you know the size of this thing, but just as a comparison, here is an Earthrise Datsun. So it's a decently big car. And so to compare it with his counterpart, here is the Generations Drift, completely stock. Still need to buy myself toy hacks for this guy. Gosh. It's slave. Now, as you can see, there are some key differences between the two molds. Obviously, the headlight, or the, whatever this thing's called. I don't know what it's called, but it is a little bit flatter on this Blur mold. And yes, I know it won't happen fully. I kind of messed up on the paint. I did specifically transform the Deadlock for the first time just for this review. So, yeah. I really never anticipated him to transform. But I did take some inspiration from 2 different content creators. I'll leave their 2 images of their Deadlocks on screen right now. And the stripe, the purple stripe, I took inspiration from the Toy Hacks red stripe that goes along with Drift. So yeah. And then other than that, it's just a car. I don't really know what to say. It's a car. So let's transform it. Now, I'm not going to go over how to transform this thing, because I'm sure most of you probably know how to transform this mold. But like some stuff I like to do, I'm also going to be very careful because I don't chip the paint. Just kind of detach the legs. And fold those up. And now you can already see some of that white peeking through. Fold these down. These are really loose. I need to tighten these up. Ooh, this is scary. Gotta shift that down. Ooh. Unpeg this. We're going to... Ooh, fold the windshields up. Because I did not thin the paint at all, some of the joints are like really tight. It's genuinely really scary to transform this thing. I did put a clear coat on this. I've kind of forgot to go grab my clear coat, and I am too lazy to go and grab the clear coat that I used specifically for this figure. So, ooh, okay. Nikes. And here is Deadlock in his robot mode. And in robot mode, you can definitely see a lot of the white has exploded out. Got some white on the head. You got some white on the arms, some white on the crotch area, and some silver right there. All in all, it looks pretty nice. Let's get into the mold differences between Blur. I shaved down the part that makes Blur's head, and so now it kind of looks like Drift's head. Not really, but like kind of. It looks close enough for me. But yeah, so I shaved that down, painted that up. I did paint the paint on the face a little too thick, so now it's just kind of a mouth plate, which I don't mind. There's this random bit of white right here. This entire piece was gonna be white, but then I decided to paint that purple. But I did leave this white since I already put the sticker on there, but the sticker kind of tore off, so I had to replace the sticker. For the chest sticker, I just used the Cyclonus, the stickers that came with the Generation Cyclonus to put that on there. But for these, on the arms, I did put just some regular stickers on there. And now with the guns, you can hold the guns. And this is where the importance of using a blur comes in. That is, one, Drift is really, really expensive, and two, the molded doors are different for the figures. Drift is molded specially to hold the swords, while Blur is molded to hold the gun. As you can see, it will not fit. Same thing for the gun. It will not fit. So you would need to use the Blur because Deadlock's main weapon is a gun, obviously. Now then, in this mode you can see a little bit more of that full art. Why do I keep on saying Phileo? You can see way more of that full art. God, you can see way more of that full art gold. Right here on the wrists, the wheel tires, these little two dots up here, these things right here, and these little vent thingies out here. You know, it looks nice. But yeah. Other than that, it's really just the Drift mold. I don't really know what to say. Got some like reddish vented details right here in this area. I was kind of going for the like reddish glowy effect. And again, bringing in Drift to compare the two. It's very clear, very drastic difference between the nice white and red and the very more Materian black and purple. I like to think of it as the black and purple was very strictly placed, which is why it goes around here, not forming a symbol like the Drift does. Now, the main reason why I didn't do that is because I'm lazy. But I also like to think of it as Drift is loyal to the Decepticons, and this shows with his Deadlock variant as he is very uniform and very in color because Decepticons are primarily purple and black, while Drift is very out of uniform, obviously being white, gold, and red. But the red isn't really uniform, forming a little symbol and stripes. I know it's boring, but that's my biggest excuse for it, because when I made this, I didn't have a Drift to base it off of, and I'm lazy. So, yeah. Other than that, there's no modifications. It's just the official, just the posability is the exact same. So yeah, that is my custom showcase of my Transformers Eternalverse Deadlock. Now, stay tuned. On my community tab, I will be announcing or holding a poll for my next custom that I will be doing the custom showcase for. And you have the option for 2 characters, continuing with that black and purple aesthetic. We've got Skywarp, my Bayverse Skywarp custom. And sticking with that kind of Jet Seeker aesthetic, the other one could potentially be my Transformers Bumblebee movie / Rise of the Beast Slipstream. It can be either of these. I will be leaving a poll, and it will be ending sometime next week. So whichever one you want to see, I'll go into the in-depth type format like I did with Deadlock over there. So yeah. Subscribe if you enjoyed. Make sure to tune in, because I do plan on making this at least an every other week type event. Bye.